Hey guys, I've been waiting a couple months now for this to arrive. This is the Solar Eclipse e-bike or electric dirt bike, whichever you prefer to call it. It is capable of 60 miles an hour and it is street legal. You can actually register it with the DMV and get a license plate for it and be street legal. So today I'm going to show you how to put it all together and what that all entails. All right, you'll need a 5mm Allen head to be able to take these screws out right here and to fasten on the headlight and handlebar. So as you can see, I decided to leave the bike on the pallet that it came on. I figured the bike would be a little more stable and easier to work on, and I wouldn't have to worry about it tipping over as much. All right, so putting on the handlebars, it's kind of a tricky setup here, but you're going to need to get your brake lever pulled out. And you're also going to need to get your buttons here pulled out and over the top. So you want them running over the top of this wire here. And then there's also a screw right here that needs to come out. And that is holding on this bracket. Looks like there's another screw that holds that bracket in. Yep, there's a couple other screws on the bottom that holds that bracket. So you just got to take that one cap screw out of there. Again, looks like this brake lever was wrapped around a couple of times here, so just got to get it so it's untangled. And you want this wire to be able to be free and come up with this other controller. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and slide them on now, because I think it'll be easier to slide the controller and the brake lever on before I mount the handlebars. So I believe we're going to want to put the brake lever on first, and then this guy here. It looks like we're going to need to loosen some screws. There's a hole here, and then there's a little nub sticking out there. So you got to loosen this up quite a bit, and then that will stick into that hole and prevent this from moving. All right, so that's a little bit tricky to get that lined up. I went ahead and tightened this up because that cannot move. We're not going to tighten this up yet because I want to be able to adjust it once I get the bike set up to be more ergonomical for me. All right, so then next up we're going to go ahead and mount this part here. You're going to need a longer bit than this because it is a deeper hole for that top screw to get in there. We are not going to tighten these screws up all the way. We're going to just leave them a little loose. We still have that one screw on the bottom that needs to go in too, so we want to be able to wiggle it a little bit to be able to get that lined up with the hole. All right, that's just a little bit more of a challenge to get it to line up because this light fixture is kind of in the way. And it looks like there's a clamp right here to be able to clamp the brake line. We're going to put the brake line in here to hold that in place. All right, now that I have all my wires routed, I like the way they're looking. We're going to go ahead and put these wires in place, and then they do come with a couple of zip ties. So we'll go ahead and nestle them in and then zip tie them to the handlebars to get them up out of the way. And there's actually a little indent right here that the wires can run through. We'll go ahead and zip tie the other side as well. All right, so now that I have all the wires in place where they need to go, and I'm happy with the way everything looks, I'm going to go ahead and tighten down these screws here. There are also two screws right here and right here that are loose. They're loose from factory, so you'll want to tighten these screws up as well. And then I'm also going to go through and just double check to make sure all the other screws are tight while I'm at it. All right, so next up we're going to get the handlebars set. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there are settings on the handlebars that are to help you align the brake levers so that they're consistent with the other side. But the only thing is there's no line on the actual lever, so there's nothing to line it up to. So I'm not sure what their thought was with putting the lines on the handlebar, but not on the actual brake mechanism. So we're just going to kind of go based off of looks and off of feel. We're going to line it up so it's about the same distance away from the markings on the handlebar on both sides, and then we'll just figure out where we're going to pivot it from there. When you hit the brakes for the first time, you'll notice this little shim drops out. I'm not sure why it's there, something for shipping, I'm sure, but that's what that is. So I got it set where I want it. We're just going to go ahead and wrench it back down. The nice thing is, so far, all the bolts have been the same size. Next, we're going to throw the grip on. If it doesn't go on well, one thing I've had luck with in the past, right, in my motocross days, is I used hairspray. And that would be nice and lubed up for getting it on. And then once it would dry, it would be sticky, so it wouldn't just slide off. Or if you use Dawn dish soap, which I've done before, or tend to be slippery, and they would pivot. But it looks like we'll be able to get this on without any hairspray. All right, the next thing we're going to do is install the rear shock. You're going to need a T30 bit and a wrench to hold the nut on the other side. Once you get the bolt out, we're just going to lift the frame up and drop the shock in place. Now the nut is a lock nut, so you don't need to wrench this bolt super tight. Just got to get it snugged up. All right, so I think the next step is we're going to take the front forks off of the pallet and put the front wheel on. So again, you're going to go back to your 5mm Allen wrench here. Pin is a little bit challenging to get out. A second set of hands would be very helpful. So the next thing we did is we put a block underneath the bike, right underneath the foot pegs, raise the front end up, make it a little easier to work on. You'll see that they have two of these little bushings that are held on by a big wire tie, and they go in here. You just snap them in there. There's a little O-ring seal around the outside, so there's a nice snug fit that'll keep all the dirt and debris from getting into the bearings. And then before you slide the tire on, there's a little shim right here. Do not take this out until you're ready to put the bike on, because if you hit that brake lever with this out, it's going to make this project a whole heck of a lot harder. So getting the pin in, you'll want a rubber mallet or something that isn't going to wreck it. So I use the back of this just to kind of help tap the pin into place. And then once you get the pin, the caps tightened down, you will need to tighten these screws here, which are a smaller Allen head. These are going to be a 4.5mm Allen wrench to tighten these up. All right, so the next step for commissioning this bike is to open up this cover and hook up the wire inside. So it's just a matter of snapping this wire into place. Push it in and it clicks, you're good to go. And then you can put the 3 screws back in. All right, the next thing we're going to put on are these passenger foot pegs. They mount up right here because I have kids and they are going to want rides. So we're going to go ahead and put these on. All right, so this side's going to be a little bit trickier because we're going to have to take the kickstand off in order to put this on. If you have a bike stand, that make it a little bit easier. Otherwise, I'm just leaning the bike against my shoulder. The toolkit did not come with the right size bit for this. I believe it's a T35 that you'll need for these screws. All right, so the next step is to get this wire hooked up, and that is going to be up inside underneath this cover here. The manual says to take off the cover on the other side, but I'm going to do this side because I want to be able to run the wire down along here, and then I'll zip tie it to this brake line and then come right up into the box here where this cable goes in. So there's just 2 screws. There's one here and one here. All right, so you can see I've got the wire zip tied here, down here, and again along with the brake line here, all the way around. We came up into here, I found that little black clip, and then plugged it in. And so now the next step is put the cover back on and should be ready to roll. Now, that moment we've all been waiting for. She's ready to ride. So you grab your key fob, there's unlock, there's lock, and then there's a lightning button. So lock will turn on a security alarm so that if anybody moves the bike, it'll make a really obnoxious and annoying noise. And then the unlock is to disarm the alarm. And then to start it, you can either hit the unlock button here and then hit the start button here, or the other option is hit the start button right here 2 times and then it'll fire up automatically without having to hit this button. So you got it charging right now. They recommend that you charge it up to 100% before you use it for the first time. So we're working on that charge, and then we're gonna take it out and go rip it around. If you found this video helpful, you want to learn more about these bikes, please hit that subscribe button and follow along to the channel. I'm going to post some more videos on this bike. We're going to go through different settings on it, and then also give a product review after I've driven around and put a few miles on it. So thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.